Hello everyone. So today we'll discuss what is quadratic variation for Ito integral of a simple process, and we'll also try to establish relationship between quadratic variation and variance. In the earlier lecture we did see something about variance of the Ito integral. We proved Ito isometry, which gives us some equation for variance of the Ito integral. So we'll also use that. Okay. Now if you recall, what is quadratic variation? Quadratic variation of any process, any stochastic process, if you want to compute. So if this is a particular path of a process, first thing we know, quadratic variation is path specific. Okay, so it is specific to the given realization. What we do is we take equidistant intervals and then difference between the values, consecutive values we compute, we take square and we go on adding those squared differences, right? That is quadratic variation of a process. Okay, so here now we are going to talk about quadratic variation for Ito integral of a simple process. So because the process is simple, we know that it is constant over certain intervals. So suppose this is 0, this is t, and I have here suppose t1, t2, somewhere here say tj, then tj plus 1 and so on. Okay, and these ti's are such that over each of these intervals the original process xt is constant. Okay, now we have to compute quadratic variation of Ito integral over this entire range 0 to t. But what we'll do is we'll focus on this part first. So certain jth interval first, and then we'll add for over all the intervals. Okay. So now we are trying to compute quadratic variation of it. We're trying to compute quadratic variation of it over the interval tj to tj plus 1. Okay, so what would it be? So let me denote it by say q between tj to tj plus 1. By definition, I have to study the value of it. I have to compute value of Ito integral at different points between tj to tj plus 1. Then I have to take differences between the consecutive values and square them and so on. Okay, so this tj to tj plus 1, let us assume that it can further be divided into smaller subintervals. Okay, so let me call it k1, k2, k3 up to say km. Okay, the last one I will call as km, the first one I will call as k0. Okay, so tj plus 1 is km. So we have divided this interval into further m intervals. Then quadratic variation would be sum over I going from 0 to m minus 1 integral, Ito integral at k I plus 1 minus Ito integral at ki whole square. Correct? This is definition of quadratic variation. Okay, and we have already seen what is the formula for Ito integral. So if we substitute that formula, we know that up to tj everything will get cancelled. When you subtract Ito integral at ki from Ito integral at ki plus 1, so up to tj everything will get cancelled. In fact, up to ki everything will get cancelled. The only thing remaining would be whatever happens between ki to ki plus 1, right? So this becomes sum over I going from 0 to m minus 1 xu z at ki plus 1 minus z at ki, okay, and then whole square. xu I am writing because we know that anyway over this interval this is constant, okay, this is free from time over this interval, and we'll substitute its value. So sum over I going from 0 to m minus 1. In yesterday's notation this would be wj, right, wj omega. So wj square and then z ki plus 1 minus z ki whole square. Okay, so far this is anyway square of the product, so I can square them individually. Okay, and wj is free from I, so it can come outside. So wj square sum over I going from 0 to m minus 1 z ki plus 1 minus z ki whole square. Okay, now of course we are going to let the number of partitions to go to infinity. So if we let m to go to infinity, then step size goes to 0. Step size goes to 0 means difference between ki and ki plus 1 goes to 0. Okay, and as a result this thing converges to quadratic variation of Brownian motion, quadratic variation of Brownian motion over the same interval tj to tj plus 1. And we do know something about quadratic variation of Brownian motion, right? Is this clear to everyone why this is quadratic variation of Brownian motion over this interval? Because this is again definition of quadratic variation, right? And what we know is Brownian motion accumulates quadratic variation at 1 per unit time. So quadratic variation of Brownian motion over this interval will nothing but be tj plus 1 minus tj, correct? Okay, so our quadratic variation of Ito integral in the interval tj to tj plus 1 becomes wj square into this, okay, into tj plus 1 minus tj. Okay, this is over one interval, and of course we have to add over all such intervals. Okay, so total quadratic variation for Ito integral would be sum over wj square tj plus 1 minus tj. And now again, because we are in a simple process, we will use the same trick that we did yesterday. wj is actually value of x over the interval tj to tj plus 1. So this inside quantity can actually be written as x square u du over the interval tj to tj plus 1, correct? Because x square u would come out and integral du would be simply difference. So this, when you take sum over all such intervals, it becomes integral 0 to t x square u du. Okay, so quadratic variation of the Ito integral of a simple process becomes this. Now, do you remember something from the earlier lecture? We proved in the earlier lecture that variance of IT is actually expectation of integral x square u du. This we proved in Ito isometry. So now see, the inside quantity is actually this. So what we are saying is variance of Ito integral is same as expectation of quadratic variation of Ito integral. Okay. See, when we discussed quadratic variation for the first time, at that time I tried to emphasize that quadratic variation and variance need not be same. In fact, in most of the cases they won't be same because quadratic variation is path specific. So for a particular realization, quadratic variation is something, and if you change the realization, if you get a different realization, quadratic variation may be different. Whereas variance is constant. Variance is a constant parameter, and variance is kind of obtained by taking average over all possible paths. Okay, something like that. So here we are getting that variance is actually expectation of quadratic variation. So you are kind of getting that variance is average of quadratic variations across all the paths. So this is a very interesting property of Ito integral of a simple process. Okay. We will see one more way to represent quadratic variation for Ito integral of a simple process. See, Ito integral by definition is integral over 0 to t xu dzu, correct? It is integral with respect to Brownian motion. So if I abuse the notation, then we know that dit would actually be xu dzt, xt dzt, correct? Because you know derivative and integral are kind of complementary operations. Dit would be xt dzt, the thing inside the integral. Okay, and if I take dit into dit, which is like quadratic variation, it becomes x square t dzt dzt. Dzt dzt is quadratic variation of Brownian motion, which we know is dt. So quadratic variation for Ito integral is actually x square t times quadratic variation for Brownian motion. Okay. So Ito integral accumulates quadratic variation per unit time at the rate of x square t, because you know time I can shift here. So Ito integral accumulates quadratic variation at the rate of x square t per unit time. Okay, this is another way of expressing quadratic variation, and this relationship between integral and derivative is actually going to be useful in future. So remember, this same thing can be written as it equal to I naught, the initial value, plus 0 to t xu dzu, but we assume in almost all the cases that I naught is 0. Okay, so is it okay? So here we will stop our discussion about Ito integral of a simple process. In the next lecture we will talk about Ito integral of a general process. Okay, thank you.